Good evening, good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing well. Now, Brady is with me. Now, I'm seeing what I can see on YouTube just to see what happens. It is still the black screen. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that black screen off because if I do that, now Brenny is currently somewhere in Las Vegas, which is very nice. But how are we doing, Brenny?
Yeah, I'm okay. Can anyone else see me? Because I can see myself right now on my screen.
I'm watching it on YouTube just because I wanted to see if it was just my end. But you're currently just Brenny74 is just floating through Las Vegas. It looks amazing. Oh, I'm loving this. Oh, crikey. Yeah, Chris can't see you, mate. So it's definitely not just me. I had a feeling it was just might be just my end, but I've got it on YouTube just to double check. But yeah, Las Vegas. Yeah, I had to. There's a couple of others that I've created as well. So I've got one of my favorite cities in America that's going to be coming up at some point as well. So yeah, it's quite nice having the video at the back. To be fair, it feels like we're somewhere else, but we're just where we are. We are. Are we ready or not? Exactly. Brenny is a drone. Yes, he is. He's currently just. He's the man. Floating. Is he still there? I don't know if he's still there. Is he still there? There he is. I can't. When I put the messages up, I can't see if your name's up on the screen or not. Right? Yeah, you're still there. Excellent. Brenny, how you feeling about tomorrow's? Because now you can't watch it tomorrow, can you? But how are you feeling for the game?
No, feeling kind of upbeat about it. I feel feeling confident. I feel we'll get the win.
Yeah,
and I feel we'll get the win. And but I just don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. Like when we go 3-0 up or 4-0 up, and then we'll have that lapse in concentration where we probably just concede the one goal. But
yeah, I get that. Yeah, I know a lot of people are very confident, like winning 7-0, kind of all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Carlisle away to my mob. This is Colchester. Are you away to Colchester? That is a long way to go, to be fair. That is a long way to go from Carlisle. To be fair, Colchester's a very nice town. It's got a very nice castle. Very Romany town. Born there, based there. A lot of things happened in Colchester, so it's not a place I'd want to go back to. But yeah, for people that don't have my issues, Colchester's a nice place. But yeah, other than that, I won't be going there anytime in my near future. I'll be staying. No, mate, I don't blame you. That must be one hell of a trip to go all the way from there to Essex. Yeah, that's one hell of a trip. So Southampton tomorrow. Yeah, it's one of those because for people that don't know Russell Martin, and a lot of people that do know him, Russell Martin is one of those managers that he has one style of play. So if you can work it out, you could absolutely rip Southampton apart because he only has one style of play. I don't know how he's got that job. I'll be honest. It amazes me because he's actually achieved nothing. MK Dons, he did an okay job. Swansea, he did an okay job. And then somehow he got the Southampton job. And he does literally just have one style of play. So if Arteta's done his work, you kind of can see like an absolute drubbing if Arteta has done his homework. Because literally there is no... but what if they do this? What if they do that? They're literally going to do what they always do. So if you work that out and stop that, it's just,
they're going to come with a low block, aren't they? I feel they're going to come with a low block tomorrow. They'll be happy.
Oh, mate, they'll be delighted with a draw. Yeah. They'll be delighted. Obviously, Ramsdale would be as well. Every time I went to Carlisle, we bloody lost. We don't have a good record there, so JJ can suffer far as I'm concerned. Martin, just another company from last season, didn't adapt, got relegated. Not saying that means Martin gets a job at top club. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know how he's got that job. I really don't. There's some managers in some positions. I just think, how on earth have you got that job? How on earth have you got that job? Because you suck. But it is what it is. Anyway, history. Since the start of the Premier League, we've played them 48 times, drawn 15, 25 Arsenal wins, 16 at home, 9 away, 8 Southampton home wins, 8 at home, 0 away. So hopefully there should be no loss going on form and history. But we all know that's just on paper. It has to be done on the day. Our recent meetings was a 3-3 draw the last time they were in the Premier League. That was at the end of the season, wasn't it? 3-3.
Yeah, towards that. Yeah, it was that run that we had with the 3 draws, and then we lost to City after those 3 draws.
Okay. Then at their place, we drew still 1-1. We lost 1-0 to Southampton. We beat them 3-0 before that, and then we beat them 3-1 at St Mary's. So it is what it is. Southampton aren't really a bogey team, really, but they're not a team I don't overly worry about. I don't want to sound horrible, but
in the 80s, you don't worry about them.
Not anymore. I did before, like with Matt Letizia and that kind of style of. that was when they were fairly decent.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. I used to have respect for him. I don't have so much respect for him anymore, if I'm honest. What about you? Because obviously you will remember a lot more than I will.
I mean, I remember some tough games back in the 80s. Very tough games. I would listen to those games on Capital Gold Sport and watch highlights. They weren't really Arsenal Southampton live games. I cannot recall one in the 80s. But yeah, there was some tough games.
Was that when they were playing at the Den?
Some tough games. And my first Arsenal game, funny enough, was at Highbury in '92 against Southampton. It was the last Division 1 game ever before the Premier League.
Okay. Oh.
I've seen us play Southampton a few times live over the years, but that I'll remember. It was Ian Wright hat trick. Kevin Campbell got the first goal, and Alan Smith got the other. But yeah, it was a memorable day that day. It was also David Rocastle's birthday and his last game for Arsenal.
Okay, so yeah, it definitely sits in your memory bank very well there. I'm trying to think if how many games I've seen Arsenal play Southampton. Probably twice, but it was always Matt Letizia was the only player that I was like, oh God.
Yeah, I only ever saw him play once.
Oh, did you? No, yeah.
I've seen us play Southampton about 3 times, but only once at Highbury and twice at the Emirates.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So that's recent meetings. Form guide, obviously very different. Obviously beat Leicester 4-2, drew 2-2 with Man City, beat Tottenham, drew with Brighton, beat Aston Villa. Southampton obviously lost their. They want to call it a derby, but it's the most friendly derby I've ever seen in my entire life. Bournemouth beat them 3-1. Southampton drew with that team in from Suffolk. They lost 3-0 to Man United. They lost 3-1 to Brentford, and they lost to Nottingham Forest. So they've obviously got to have a turnaround in form at some point. Otherwise, they are going to have a very low total. But I'm not going to say it's going to be a 7-0 drubbing, but it should be quite a comfortable win. I was one of those that said about the Leicester game. I thought it would be 2-1. I did think it was going to be close. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than a lot of people were assuming, like 4-0, 5-0. I thought, 2-1 for me. I think this is going to be quite tough. But yeah, Southampton, I kind of expect a quite comfortable win. And I'll be disappointed if we don't, to be honest. And this is why. Just look at this. We're third, they're 19th. We've won 4, drawn 2, lost 0. They have won 0, drawn 1, lost 5. Goals scored per game is 2 for us. Goals scored per game for them is 0.5. Goals conceded for us is 0.83. Goals conceded per game for them is 2. Chances created is 3.33 for us. Chances created for them is 1.5. Clean sheets for us is 3. 0 for Southampton. So yeah, it's it's all looking like a comfortable Arsenal win, but nothing's ever comfortable for Arsenal. We know this. Let's be honest.
No,
we've been Arsenal fans long enough. Nothing's simple. Big up to Peter. You going to any more games this season, Chris? Carlisle, no. Liverpool, if I get the chance. Went to Bologna and West Ham games at home, and London Chester United away. I'm going to Chelsea game at home. Then that's it. Before people are like, he's so negative. No, I have standards for Carlisle, but once again, accepting mediocrity. I'm not saying it's Williamson's fault. I'm Mike out already. Hello, big up to JJ. So, oh, love it. Williamson will be gone in February. Trust me, knee-jerk reaction, and round we go again. Another 2021 season. Big up to you. Big up to Akintola Shedrack. Watching on X, big up to you. But he's not had a transfer window, Chris. Okay, I'm going to leave you two at it. Talking about Carlisle, I will read the messages myself. Injury lists. It's looking a little bit better for us. Not great. Southampton. Stevens is out, suspended. Smallbone is a doubt, but shouldn't actually make it either. Sulemana, who I actually think is absolutely brilliant, but he's out, and Bazunu, which is obviously why they signed Ramsdale in the first place, because Bazunu's out till next year, I think. Arsenal, Tierney is definitely out. Odegaard is out. Zinchenko is out. Tomiyasu is out. White is a doubt. Timber is a doubt. Timber should make it, but we'll wait and see. But to be fair, I'm not too worried if he's not. To be fair, because I think we've got enough. We've got enough in cover for this game, even if he's not fit. And there's 12 teams tonight, and you'll see that people are using the fact that the youth are being trusted, thankfully. You'll see it tonight. But let's get into my 5 to watch for Southampton. This was not easy, I'll be honest. I'm sorry, Southampton, but it wasn't easy. Yeehaw! So for anyone, sorry, I love that music. When I found it, I was like, I like that music too much. You know how much I love to use the music with all the intros and stuff. I love them.
Oh, yeah.
Right, obviously, we've got to talk about Ramsdale. The reason I'm talking about Ramsdale is obviously we've got this thing where we sell our goalkeepers. They then play their first game against us and they have a worldie. It happens way too often. We've had it with Fabianski, we've had it with Szczesny, we've had it with Almunia, we've had it with pretty much everyone I think we've sold at some point. So I'm going to talk about him. So hopefully this works. But to be fair, he is a good goalkeeper anyway. I love him to bits. I hope he has a great career at Southampton. So it's not me having a knock at him because I actually do like him. It's just it is what it is with us and them, unfortunately. Sugawara, for people that don't know him, is a Japanese right back. He is going to be dangerous, especially because I don't know what we're going to do down that side. Obviously, it depends if we play Martinelli. Again, that's another position tonight that a lot of people have gone different ways. But he is quite dangerous, and he obviously has scored a goal. But yeah, he is someone to just keep an eye on because obviously they play a fullback that pushes on quite a lot, and that's Sugawara. Flynn Downs, for people that again don't know him. West Ham, Crystal Palace. Can't remember where he played in the Championship, but he was very good at the Championship as well. Matches Fernandez, probably not a lot of people even heard of him before he came to Southampton in the summer, but he's looking very, very quick and very dangerous. He's only 20 as well. But I think they might have someone that they could sell for quite a good profit at some point in the near future. So he's looking very talented. And finally, Tyler Dibbling, one of their products. Now, this kid does look good, I have to be honest. But every time I think of Southampton, I go, uh-oh, Arsenal, please don't do it. Don't do it, Arsenal, please. You know, every time Southampton had a good young kid, we just went for him, didn't we? Like Callum Chambers, Theo Walcott. We spend a lot of money. And other clubs have done it as well at Southampton, to be fair. It's not just us.
Yeah, exactly. There was a good young kid back in 1988 who, on his debut, scored a hat-trick against us. Certain young Alan Shearer, but we didn't look at him, did we?
You imagine at Arsenal, though. You imagine at Alan Shearer at Arsenal.
He'd have done.
He would have won us some titles, mate. I think his internet's playing up again. We'll wait for
I'm going to do a quick swap. Hold on.
No worries, mate. All right, he'll be back in a minute. But yeah, Tyler Dibbling, one of their young products. He's looked really... Oh, guess what? I can actually see him. I can actually see him now. There we go.
There I am.
Hey, we can see you now.
Had to switch there. You know what I mean?
Well, we can actually see you now. You're not just flying through the sky of Las Vegas. It's all
no. But something's up with my laptop. But hey, yeah. I'm here.
Dibbling looks good. He does look good, to be fair. Chris reckons I turned. Honestly, I did not. We tried this beforehand. I went out the studio. Brenny went out the studio. We tried to fix it beforehand, which is why we were running late because we were trying to fix it beforehand. But yeah, it was my bad. Liverpool in their bad years decided to go for Lovren and Lamb. But yeah, there you go. There's another team that went for the South. All the top clubs have gone for someone from Southampton. And I always think someone new at Southampton. Someone. And to be fair, Tyler Dibbling does actually look very good. So we'll see what happens. I don't think he'll be at Southampton for too long, especially if they get relegated as well. So, yeah. Right, let's move on to the battles. These are the battles that I think could be important. Thomas Partey versus Flynn Downs in the bouncer role. It depends who plays furthest back in Southampton as well, because they've got a few DMs. But Russell Martin is a strange one. I don't want to keep picking on him, but yeah, he sets up his teams really weird. So I've gone with Flynn Downs. He probably could be the bouncer, but it could be someone else. It could be Joe Aribo or someone like that. Goalkeepers. This is the bit that cracked me up. I was obviously doing the stats earlier, and I was like, didn't we sell Ramsdale because his passing accuracy wasn't good? His passing accuracy is better than Raya's at the moment. Look, bear in mind, every time I say this, Raya has pulled off some amazing saves, and he has. He's been absolutely fantastic. But it just makes me giggle thinking all these stats. And in every area, well, apart from saves per game, because even goals prevented, Ramsdale has actually saved some goal chances. But yeah, it just makes me laugh. I'm thinking, geez. But yeah, Reyes has been brilliant, so I'm not going to knock him for that because he has been brilliant. Icing on the top. Now, Southampton haven't scored too many goals. I think they've got 3 goals in total. None of their strikers have scored, I don't believe. So I've had to go with who I think might be up front. So I'm sorry, Cameron, but they could be playing you up front. And you haven't scored a goal. So your goal conversion is obviously 0. I do apologise. I'm not picking on you. But I obviously have to compare it with the striker. So Kai's doing very well. Brilliant night on Tuesday, if I'm honest. I'm still watching.
Yeah. Fantastic night.
Yeah, I just it's nice to see him happy. I know he's not exactly the most charismatic person, but you can see
you can see deep down inside he is. Yeah. 100%.
it's part of the German DNA. I know this about myself. So we don't show too much emotion. Sometimes we're just like, yeah, good. That's just how we are. So yeah, Magic Maker Saka. He was lacking in the last game. He didn't get an assist at all. Bad Saka, but he's still got 5 assists in 6 games, so it's not too bad. Again, it was difficult to choose who their Magic Maker is because, again, it depends who's playing and what position they're in. But Matheus Fernandes, for me, is kind of like a playmaker, so I've chosen him instead. But yeah, so that's what I'm going with there. I'm just going to check the comments. I know that you guys are all talking about. Oh, here we go. Carl, Klein, Lovren, Lallana, Lambert. Yeah, Lallana's actually back at Southampton now. Klein and Lallana, it just injury prone, unfortunately for us. Lambert level was Southampton, and yeah, I never got the Ricky Lambert one. I have to be honest. Proper hard forward. I respected him, but he was never a top level striker ever. I liked he got to play for England as well because, again, you don't have to be top 6 club to play at England level. As long as you're hardworking, because you look at Vardy. Vardy's been brilliant in England shirt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't. I'm one of those where it shouldn't all be top 6 clubs that English players should be coming from. It's if you're on form, be picked. Ricky Lambert was on form, you picked him. Fair dues. But I just didn't quite get the Liverpool move, if I'm honest. Really weird. What's the point? Okay, you're talking about Carlisle still. I will keep an eye on it because I do enjoy watching you guys talk about Carlisle. Suarez replacements with Barini. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh God, yeah, Barini. I don't know where he is now. Where is he? Because I have no idea. Has he retired?
I don't know where he is.
I have no idea where he is now. And Balotelli, yeah, enough said about it, that guy. But yeah, right. Let's get on to everyone's teams. We have got 12, so we've got quite a few to get through. Okay, so I have managed to make sure Brenny's was the first one tonight because obviously Brenny won't recognise the new look. It's all very snazzy now and all the different kit colours and it's very, very posh nowadays. But yeah, this was obviously your team that you picked. So it's Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Partey, Rice, Trossard, Saka, Sterling and Havertz. Obviously, I know someone made a little like no rotation, but so clearly you have rotated someone, Sterling.
Yeah, just one. Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, we've got a 2-week international break. So for me, I don't care if we're going full strength because we've got 2 weeks off. Who cares? So
that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah. Yeah. But why drop Martinelli and put Sterling in? That's my only question to you on this one.
Oh, it's nothing to do with form. I mean, it's nothing to do with Martinelli playing poorly. I think he's been fantastic. But I just feel for a game like Southampton, I would give Sterling 90 minutes. If we was playing, say Chelsea at home, I would have started with Martinelli.
Okay.
Yep, I would have started Martinelli, but I just thought, you know what? I think he would destroy Southampton anyway. And I felt if he does start tomorrow, it doesn't bother me at all. But I feel a couple of goals for him and an assist if Martinelli does start tomorrow. But if I was to go with Raheem Sterling, I think he would do something tomorrow. And I also want him to just fit in with the way we play for us, for him to start. And if it was and if it was a case of Martinelli started our next league game after the international break, I'd be none the wiser. I'd be like, yeah, no problem. Yeah.
No, I'm in total agreement because the thing is, Sterling didn't come on against PSG, did he?
No, he didn't. No.
So he kind of needs the match game as well, because he's obviously not going to international, so he's going to be at home with us lot.
Yeah.
So he needs that match experience. Everyone can say, "Oh yes," but they'll be training with him. Training is very different to actually getting some match
100%.
experience.
Exactly.
So just give him some, because I got a feeling we'll need him at some point. We might need him to cover Saka at some point. So get him in the team. Don't bring him in cold, because any player can look horrible when they're coming from the cold.
Yeah.
You can see that with Marino, because obviously Marino's been out for a bit. He hasn't played for a bit either. He does look cold. He looks like, oh my word, what am I doing? So I don't expect Marino to start, even though that some people have picked him. I don't expect him to start. I think he'll be slowly integrated into the team tomorrow. Give him 2 weeks with us, and then we might see him a bit more after the break. But yeah. So what are you going to rate your own team, mate?
I'm going to rate it on current form and how well we've been playing recently. I'm going with an 8.
Okay, awesome stuff. Right, let's move on to the next team. Chosen. Oh, I'm not doing it anymore because there's like 200 people that do this, so I'm sticking with just names now. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Partey, Marino, Nwaneri, Saka, Sterling, and Havertz. What are you going to rate that one?
I'm giving that an 8 as well, because no disrespect to Southampton, that side, Mourinho's first start, if that was to happen, should be beating Southampton, no problem.
Yeah. Talking about Nwaneri, do you think this is where we should give him a full proper game tomorrow?
I don't see why not. I was thinking about him and Trossard today, but I thought only based on what the form that Trossard showed
to be fair,
the other night, that's the only reason why I didn't go with Nwaneri, because with Trossard, when he gets in that mood, you need to start him in the next game, because if it's a case of he ends up on the bench tomorrow, then he's one of those players that I feel that his form can drop slightly.
Yeah.
You know, if he's not selected.
No, I agree, mate. No. But what we gave that one an 8. Right, let's move on to the next one. There we go. So we got Raya, Nichols, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Rice, Marino, Trossard, Nwaneri, Sterling, and Havertz. What are we giving that one?
7. 7. Got no problems with Nichols in the side. I mean, to be honest, the way Nwaneri, Lewis Skelly have made an impression, for me, it seems to be giving other youngsters a lift.
Yeah.
And some of them are probably saying, "Oh, the boss does trust us youngsters," because I know deep down they would have been thinking that last season. You know, and even those that have left.
Yeah. No, I agree. So, yeah. You know, I think Mehmet and Jack have done very, very well to keep them, you know, their heads up a little bit. You know, I know, like I said, in the summer, there will be at least 2 that will be guaranteed they'll be trusted more. Lewis Skelly, Harry Wood, definitely the ones. Nichols has been a late comer to the board because his performances in training and have been amazing, and he's literally just fitted in like a glove. Obviously, if Timber is not fit enough, if White's not fit enough, then why not go with Nichols? You know, he looked very comfortable against Bolton, I'll be honest. If anything, and I said this, Nichols looked one of the most comfortable in defence that night. He looked so comfortable.
The other night I was happy to see my partner's cousin on the bench. He was on the bench on Tuesday night. Nathan Butler, Oyedeji.
Oh, okay.
And I've been looking at highlights of him, and he's if you're under 21s, he's been playing well this season.
He has,
from what I've seen. So he just needs to keep it up, because, I mean, there's one thing that he's blessed with, and that's pace.
Yeah.
Very quick, but it's all about the end product.
It is, yeah. But I think he's been using a little bit on the wings as well, hasn't he? But yeah, so
that's right.
Maybe it's something that we're considering. I don't see a path for him. Sorry, but
I don't either. I don't realistically. I don't either. You know, I don't. I want him to do well. I'm not. It's no bias or nothing. I've never met him, but it's just nice to see him showing some form.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Because
isn't he like 22?
No, he's. I think he's 21 now.
Is he 21?
I think he's 21.
Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, I think he was born in. I'm sure he was born in 2003. I think he was born 2003.
Yeah, January 2003. Yeah, so he's turning 22 in January. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I knew he was like at the top end of our age bracket, shall we call it? But yeah, I thought he was getting close to 22. Let's have a look. 2022. Keep an eye on what the people are saying. I try to go back to it. I do. I'm quite happy with these designs.
It's really impressive.
This is all stuff I do. No one else does this for me. I do all this.
I don't think anyone else does this on any other channel, to be honest with you.
No,
from an Arsenal perspective.
Yeah, well, why not? It just looks really nice.
Of course it does. Yeah.
But anyway, we gave that one a rating, so we'll move on to the next one. Raya, Calafiori at right back, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Partey, Rice, Trossard, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. What we giving that one? I like that one.
Yeah, me too. That gets an 8. Calafiori proved against PSG of all sides he did a job in that second half.
He did, yeah.
I know there was a few online. I know it's their own opinions, but there were a few on other channels that weren't rating his performance all, and I'm like, okay then.
I don't know what they're on about.
I have no idea either.
If they were just worried about the Hakimi thing, Hakimi is like Need for Speed. He's got that nitro. He literally just see you later, Hakimi. For people that haven't watched him for a few years, I've watched him. He's probably one of my favourite right wing backs in the world. I wouldn't fancy defending against him, I'll be honest.
No.
And Calafiori can move. Now, if Hakimi can make you look like a Mini Cooper, then that shows you how quick he is, because seriously, he's quick. Right, we gave that one a rating, so let's move on to Raya, Calafiori, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Timber at DM, Marino, Waneri, Jesus, Martinelli, Trossard.
That for me is an 8, because that 11 there could win 4-0 tomorrow. In my opinion. You know what I mean?
I think resting Saka's quite sensible, because he's been good for England. He's going to play both games for England. Let's be honest, we all know it.
The whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, let's rest him ourselves. Yeah, exactly. So why not? Right, let's move on to the next one. Raya, Nichols again. Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Rice, Marino, Havertz as number 10. Now, when people are doing these new squads, obviously that's a double pivot of Rice and Marino, and then Havertz is pushed up now, so it's not the Odegaard role. So I'm liking this. I'm liking the fact we're doing double pivots when we need to now, because it does allow Kai to do what he's good at. And Trossard allow him to do, and not having to do too much of the defensive role that midfielder's being asked to. So I've got no issues with Havertz going back to now. But Saka, Martinelli, and Trossard. Sorry, I was having a bit of a moan about people complaining about this, but I like it.
I mean, it's like you say, Havertz and Trossard. I mean, they switch roles as well, which I like. I love that. Always confuses the opposition.
Yes, indeed.
Even when we used to do it a lot under Wenger, didn't we? With the our players on the left and right. Yeah. When we did that as well. I'm sure he did that at a time when it was a Pires and Lundberg thing. Yes. And to be honest, you wouldn't want to be dealing with either of those players. So but this one, I like it. I'm going for an 8.
Okay, let's move on to the next ones. We're halfway through. You got Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Rice, Marino, Havertz, Saka, Sterling, and Jesus.
Strong. That's 8 as well. It's also, I know I have full confidence that Marino will do well for us. He's experienced. I know he looked a little out of sorts for the other night, but I couldn't fault him at all.
No,
you know,
he's coming
you know
cold.
what I mean? He didn't.
He's coming cold to a
he
whole
has.
new system.
He has.
So,
and I think tomorrow he'll be fine. I think it's good opponents as well for him tomorrow in Southampton.
My theory is, and Brenny won't like this because it will lead into someone he likes. My theory is Mourinho's come in now for Partey to leave in January. That's my theory.
I actually thought that was for Partey to leave in the summer. That's personally what I thought, because I can't see. I mean, it's not something that I'm not going to get annoyed or upset about, because at the end of the day, for me, as much as I love Partey, no one's bigger than the club, and you know, and if that's the case, then I wish Thomas Partey well. But but I am, like I said, I still feel, and I know Canis feels the same, that I still feel that Partey is integral to this squad.
Look,
we play.
For what he's done the past few games, I think he's been brilliant, and you know, I'm quite happy for him to leave. But I think like we're going through a transition now, where we're going to get Marino up to speed. And look, if Partey stays at the end until the end of the season, then fine. But I think Arsenal would prefer some money, because obviously he's out of contract in the summer. So obviously, if someone comes in with a bid and it saves us a bit of money, and
you can't turn that down,
you're going to turn it down. But I know that it's like 15 clubs already starting to roll with Partey at the moment. So you can imagine the kind of office he's going to get, because he is, for some people, one of the best DMs in the world. And that's fine. Even Barcelona are mentioning him and stuff like that. So, you know, fair dues. Right, did we rate that one? I think we did, didn't we? Yeah, 8. Right, we'll move on to the next one. Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Skelly, Rice, Marino, Waneri, Saka, Sterling, and Havertz. What are we giving that one?
If we was playing a Real Madrid or a Man City, Liverpool, I would have given it a 7. But I'll tell you what, I'm giving this an 8. Lewis Skelly and Waneri, you know what? I think we should nick those two, Daredevil 1 and Daredevil 2, because what was Daredevil? He was the man without fear. And those two, there's no fear in them with them two, I'm telling you. They're so confident, and you know, so confident. There's not even, and you know what? There's not even arrogance in how those two play.
No.
They're just so cool and fun.
Jack and Mehmet have dealt with these two kids and the rest of them as well that are up and coming so well. And I am going to give those two the credit, because obviously they're the under 18s and the under 21 coaches. Nothing to do with Mikel, so I am going to give them the credit. And come and shoot me if you want to. I don't care. But Mehmet and Jack deserve all the credit for these two, because they are the ones that have dealt with them in backstage and all that kind of stuff. So well done, because honestly, Miles and Ethan look absolutely so ready already. And I'm so happy and so proud to see him put an Arsenal shirt on. But so we rated that one an 8. Yeah, awesome. I'm getting emotional now just thinking of it. I was just so happy because it's finally happened, Brenny. We talked about it all last season. It never really happened.
Tell me about it. I think we spoke about this season before. Yeah,
I said it in the summer that, you know, there's a bit of hope that 2 of them will definitely get some playing time, and it's happened, thankfully. So I'm just delighted. Right, let's move on to this one. Raya, Calafiori, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Skelly again, Partey, Rice, Waneri, Saka, Martin, and Havertz. What are we giving this one?
8 as well.
8. One before. Next one: Raya, Nichols, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Partey, Marino, Waneri, Jesus, Sterling, and Trossard.
Yeah, that's also an 8.
I like that one actually quite a lot. That
It's really good one.
Jesus, Sterling, and Trossard, because they can literally interchange all the time.
Yeah, that's right. And also I'm rating these based on form and the fact that how confident we are and how players are.
Yeah,
this moment in time.
Well, we have to rotate now and then. We have to.
Yeah.
If he went full strength tomorrow, I've got no issues with it. But we've said it, and we've said this so many times, Brenny, haven't we? About don't bring players in from the cold. Give them some time now and then. I'm not saying play them every single game, but you've got to give them a game now and then just to get them up to speed. Yeah. Right, let's move on to the final two. We're going to go with Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis, Skelly, Rice, Marino, Waneri, Saka, Trossard, and Jesus.
Oh, you know what? That's 8 for me.
An 8, yeah.
Not for 8 today.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Raya, Calafiori, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis, Skelly, Partey, Rice, Trossard, Jesus, Martinelli, and Havertz.
Yeah, that's another 8.
Another 8. Awesome stuff. Right. Let's have a look at what people are saying. You can easily play 2 of your youth players along with 9 experienced players. Nothing wrong with that. We've said it all last season, mate, but it never happened. Some Arsenal fans disagreed because Arteta didn't want it. However, us as fans are allowed to say it.
That's right.
Bradley and Kwanzaa through last season, it was risky, but ended up being brilliant. Connor Bradley is just incredible. Yeah. And Kwanzaa I quite like as well. But you can do it, and we can all do it. Stop weeping for me. I can't. You know what it is, mate? It's the fact that last season there was opportunities there, like the last game of the group stage.
Yeah, PSV.
Yeah, literally dead game.
Yeah,
could have literally given all 11 players to the youth.
Could have lost 8-0 and we still would have finished top the group.
Yeah, it made no difference.
Yeah,
and he didn't do it. It frustrated the heck. Even the Arsenal fans that were like, "Oh, whatever Arteta wants, we want." But even they were saying, "Play the youth." There's literally there's nothing to risk.
Some of them, some of them were happy with what the manager did, but but at the end of the day, we've always said you can love Arteta, but you can, he's not gonna come at you, Godfather style Corleone and stab you. You know what I mean? You have a difference of opinion from the manager. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know. It's funny, though, isn't it? But yeah. Right, whilst I'll set up the next part, because obviously we've got the challenge coming up, so I hope Brenny's ready for this. Because
I hope so too. Don't worry, I'm not going to choose Adam Lallana. He must be 46 now, isn't he? So I'm not going to choose him.
Oh, crikey. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, that's for certain. But yeah, let's get on with it. Let's do this, people. Right, let's have a look. Where's the intro? There it is. Okay, so for people that do not know how this works, you choose 6 from the Arsenal, 5 from the opposition. Obviously, Southampton, no unavailable players. You are allowed to have players that are doubt. 1 defender, 1 midfielder, 1 forward from the opposition has to be chosen. Once you select a player, you cannot swap him. Formation of the home team is always selected. No former players present, squad only. And Brenny will be taking on 2 other people as well. So we are going to start with your first player, please. And what I'm going to do the double pivot formation as well. So, yeah, because it makes more sense because we're kind of doing the double pivot at the moment, aren't we? So we've got the right winger, kind of a number 10 type of just behind the striker.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the formation has changed a tiny bit, but a lot of allowance will be allowed by me because I'm nice.
no problem.
So we're going to go with the first player, please, matey.
Well, I'll have to go with one of their best players, and that's Aaron Ramsdale.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got Ramsdale in. Next one, please, mate.
Whoop. Okay. You've got what's his name? Who's on loan from Chelsea? You got Chukwu, Leslie. You got Chukwu, isn't it? Yeah, he's on loan, isn't he, from Chelsea? So he's not a bad.
What position is he? Is he midfielder?
He's a midfielder.
Yeah,
midfielder.
Oh, blimey neck.
He's certainly not a defensive one.
There we go. I managed to get his. I was thinking, yeah, of course, Brenny picks the one where I've got to try and work out how you spell his name. Right, I've got him now, but it's all good. Next one, please.
UDO, think of a legend, rest in peace, in Ehiog. Who else? Do you know what? There's one player in particular that I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't think he's featured much this season, but I don't know what's happened to Maxwell Cornet because he was one of those players I thought a few seasons ago. I thought he was going to light up the Premier League.
Yeah,
and it just hasn't happened for him.
Nope.
But you know what? I refuse to select him, so that's out the window. Matheus Fernandes, midfielder. Yeah.
Where do you want to put him? Because I can put him in the 10 role, and I can put him on either wing if you have to, or the DM. So it's up to you.
Put him on the Put him in the 10, please.
Okay.
This is a tough one.
There he is. Right. Your fourth player, please, mate.
Yeah, a player that I've bought before years ago when he was all right, but I've got to go with Taylor Harwood-Bellis.
Okay, yeah. There we go. Everyone see that now? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Awesome stuff. And your fifth and final Southampton.
One more.
Yes,
oof. Nah, I won't choose Carl Walker-Peters. I think he's a Bobby Booby. I have a feeling, man. I know you and your fullbacks, man. Wow. Oh, dear. Ryan Fraser. Can't believe he's there.
Yeah, he is. Freebie as well.
Yeah, he's not a bad player. He's not a bad player. You know what? I'll put him out on. Oh, this is a tough one.
Left or your right?
Have him out on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can play left.
Okay, there we go. There's Fraser there. Okay, so now the Arsenal players. So, striker. Are you going to?
It's got to be Kai Havertz. It's got to be Havertz.
Mr. Havertz?
Sorry, Kai Havertz-Smith.
Kai Havertz. Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna guess it's Saka on the right.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you want alongside Uko Chukwu?
It's got to be Declan Rice.
Okay. So we've actually got us loads to choose from nowadays. Right back, centre back, left back.
Right, we've got two doubts, haven't we?
Yeah, but you can choose doubts now, so that's fine.
Of course you can. Yeah. You know what? As much as I've been white, I'll tell you what, Timber for me. Oh my gosh, he's just something else. you know what? All season you can rotate those two, and I'd be happy.
Yeah,
Wouldn't bother me one bit. Left, it's got to be Calafiori. Been impressed with him since he's come into the side.
Okay, Calafiori. And centre back.
Do you know what? I'm going with Gabriel. My
I
love Saliba. But Gabriel, he's just something else at the moment.
Yeah, I already knew because we've been having the discussions and reactions and stuff, and we both said that Gabriel's just slightly above Saliba at the moment.
Yeah,
that's a very high rating, by the way. So, so this is Brenny's team. So we've got Ramsdale in goal, Timber, Harwood, Bellis, Gabriel, Calafiori, Rice, Ugo Chukwu, Saka, Fernandez, Fraser, and Havertz. I don't get to use my video, which sucks. I made a good video on that. Never mind. I will get him at some point. What do I rate it though? I can't rate it too high. It's Southampton. I'm going to give you an 8, mate. I like it. It's Fraser. Yeah.
Oh, it's a.
No, you're fine. It's not a Bobby Booby, but Fraser. He's past his best now, in my opinion. But yeah, I think the rest of it I quite like. So yeah, well done, because this is some of these really do get hard, especially when it's against the smaller teams. So yeah, I know Chris has done his, so I'll come back to that one in a minute. Right, let's have a look. This is what Callum has chosen for representing Arsenal. He's gone for Ramsdale, Timber, Bednarek, Gabriel, Calafiori, Aribo, Rice, Fernandez, Saka, Martinelli, and Brereton Diaz. It's all right. It was very close to a Bobby Booby, if we're honest, because Bednarek does me head in.
Well.
I hate playing. I hate playing again. There's a centre back that I'd really be annoyed with. So I'm going to give that a 7 just because Bednarek's in it. We'll move on to Matt's. God Almighty, Ramsdale, Sagarara,
Lallana. I've got a chance.
Gabriel, Taylor, Partey, Lallana, Trossard, Dibbling, Saka, Havertz. Jesus Christ!
And they say Partey hasn't got any legs. And look who's given.
I know. Oh God Almighty! Oh, I don't dislike Charlie Taylor. I like him. So I can't. He was a very good left back. He's not so good anymore, but he's not someone that gives me a nightmare. But yeah, it's a 7. Yeah, Bren, you win because these ones. The thing is, they get more time than you.
I know. That's the thing. So I had to be quick. I mean, I wanted to get BE and Leticia, those types of players, but I haven't got a DeLorean. So I couldn't do it, you know. And I would have chosen Glenn Cocker as well, but Paul Davis probably wouldn't want to speak to me if I did.
Fraser left on bad attitude. Yeah, he has got a bit of a stinky attitude. Obviously, people know that I'm a Scottish fan, so obviously know him from the Scottish fold as well. He's past his best now. He was a danger. He was someone that I actually quite liked a few years ago, but not anymore. Past that now. Right, Chris has had a go. Raya, Sagarara, Harwood, Bellis, Gabriel, Timber, Downs, Rice, the real Fernandez.
I like that.
Tippling, Havertz, and Trossard. That's more Brenny standard. That is. I like that one because I do rate Harwood Bellis. He came from the City Academy. Obviously, he went to Burnley.
That's right. Yeah,
Burnley.
This Fernandez probably gets sent off tomorrow. Can you imagine that?
Well, because who are United playing at the weekend?
Away to Aston Villa, and they're on a high.
Yeah, you know what? I know that last weekend's red card was rescinded, but there's a possibility you could get 3 cards in 1 week. I'll be honest. It's
Cool.
quite impressive.
I think bookies will be looking at. I'm not the odds of that.
Yeah,
You have to
I
speak
know.
to the silver one about that.
Yeah, but yeah, Chris, well done, mate. That's an 8. Yeah, I can't give too much high because it's Southampton at the end of the day. So yeah, Raya is second best goalkeeper in the world at the moment, behind Alisson. For me, the improvement in Raya, he's got better and better. Yeah,
He's
I
been
agree,
incredible.
look, obviously, passing stats is something that I'm bothered by
Yeah.
because that's me. I'm quite
Mm.
petty when it comes to that kind of stuff, and it's the way that we play. It's obviously got to be better, but he's been brilliant with shot stopping, absolutely
Yeah.
decision making, just impeccable. And for me, I agree. He is probably the second best goalkeeper in the world at this moment, and that can change from week to week. People, it doesn't set in stone. Goalkeepers can get better; they can get worse over the whole season. Because I hate this, right? Oh, Courtois is the best goalkeeper. Is he? Is he at the moment?
No, he hasn't been for years.
Donnarumma, is he the best? From what I saw at
Yeah.
Tuesday night, no, he bloody well isn't. He's the,
Oh,
he is the best goalkeeper in the world.
You know what? And that's the thing, because even I thought of you when we was talking of Terry Flores. I haven't watched Terry Flores for a while on Football Terrace, but Terry was spot on as well. He said the same thing about Donnarumma. He's like, well, what's happened to him?
Yeah.
A few seasons ago, he was an incredible keeper, and I'm like, it's exactly what we was talking about.
Yeah, it's just
madness.
But yeah, he has. So obviously, I've watched Reyes when he was at Blackburn. Obviously, because I watched a lot of Championship, so I knew he was a good goalkeeper. I've always thought he was good, but he has got better, and the improvement from last season to this season is absolutely huge. By the way, because his shot stopping, his decision making last season was a little bit iffy. But this season, impeccable. Well done, Inaki. He's worked very hard with David.
Oh, he's been brilliant.
Lallana, before injury issues, I understand it. Yeah, 100%.
Inaki Wilson.
Yes, yeah.
Inaki Wilson.
Downs can allow Rice to push into CM role or other way around. Yeah, exactly. Flynn Downs is a very good versatile young midfielder. I do expect it, as long as he chooses the right decision for his career, he could be at a big club at some point, because he is very good. Courtois, low shots, beat him. Yeah, all time. It's all well and good being extremely tall, but it takes you a lot longer to get down.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
That's right.
But
right.
It's like what's happened with Szczesny. Obviously, he's signed at Barcelona now. Even though he retired, he's now signed at Barcelona. It's just it's madness. But yeah, predictions, mate. What we're doing with? What we're going with?
4-1 home win.
4-1. You know what? I'm going to go with you. That's how I feel. I don't think, like, the goal that they'll score, it will be, I don't know, nothing.
I think we'll try and it'll be 4-0 up, for example, 82 minutes gone, and then we'll try and play the ball out for the back, and then one sloppy pass.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so I'm going to go with 4-1. I'm going to say as Brenny. Consider well, he was outstanding.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. What me and Brenny can do, and Chris, I love the fact you're obviously a lot younger than us, but you know your goalkeepers as well.
Yeah, that's it.
I've seen so many goalkeepers in my entire life of watching football. Loads I can think of that have been
great people. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Subazarreta is the one that I've always enjoyed. For people that don't know, Spanish goalkeeper, absolutely brilliant. But there's been so many over the years. Casillas is one. Buffon is obviously another one. There isn't that type. Alisson's very good. Edison, I think, is overrated. I still think he's overrated. I think he's got too many errors in him. Alisson, I would, if Alisson came to Arsenal, I would be very delighted, because I think he's better than Raya.
Yeah.
He's definitely more comfortable with his feet. He's a good shot stopper. He does incredible saves. Obviously,
Yeah,
again.
Goicoechea, Argentinian keeper. He was the number one in 1986, and I can't remember what happened, but he lost his place and ended up losing it to, I can't remember his first name, but his surname Pompidou, and he wasn't a bad number two, in the squad, and he went on to get a World Cup winners medal, playing all the way up to the final, and then Goicoechea got his place back in 1990. But I just remember those keepers were tough keepers, and Schumacher as well. When it was West Germany, he was a solid goalkeeper. And when we talk about keepers, like say, when I look at Pat Jennings, Ray Clements, and Peter Shilton, I only saw them in their later years. But when I look at highlights of them in their early years, they were better keepers then from as they got older,
Yeah. Well, I'm one of the few that actually enjoyed watching Neville Southall be a goalkeeper.
Yeah. Oh, he was fantastic.
I love him. I really do. I think it was absolutely
very
fantastic.
hard to beat. Very hard to beat,
Yeah.
And he was hard. They were hard, but he was hard to break down, and so was that backline when they won. They won what, 2 league titles in '85 and '87, and Neville Southall was very pivotal to that.
Yeah. Oh, what's his name? Tall blonde guy was in goal for Wimbledon. Oh, what was his name?
Tall blonde guy.
Sure, there was a blonde guy. Or am I thinking of the wrong club?
Was it not Dave Besant?
No, it wasn't him.
No, he had an afro.
Yeah. I'll have to think of it. I could picture him in my head, but I'm just questioning the shirt now. Whether it was Wimbledon or someone else. It's a blonde-haired guy.
I know a blonde keeper was Perry Suckling, who played for Palace once. I remember he was blonde, but
nah. I'll have to think of it. But we'll have to, honestly, the goalkeepers for our era, early era, Chris, they were fantastic. So many you can think of. Obviously, my memory sucks. But yeah, we've had some great ones. And playing at smaller clubs as well, they were just brilliant goalkeepers. You could always see that. But yeah, Edison, look what he did. Yeah, he's just, pressurize him, and he breaks under the pressure. Edison does. I'm confused how City get away with playing it out from the back. Literally, I don't know how they do it. They're playing a risky game at the moment. Yeah, obviously De Bruyne is out again this weekend. EFL clubs now playing out from the back does my head in. Yes, it's feeding down now. Just leave the National League alone, because the National League is still the beautiful game. I enjoy watching them play because it's proper 90s football, and I enjoy it. Please don't change it. A few clubs do play out from the back, to be fair, in the National League, but I like my old style of just kick the ball up. Who cares? Hoof it. But Brenny, thank you for joining me all the way from Las Vegas. It's been a pleasure.
Well, yeah. I mean, I flew back in. This Concorde still exists out there, so I just flew back in as quick as possible. Got back to West London.
But where can they find you, my friend?
Hey, you can all find me here on the Armory TV, of course, and you can also find me on X and Instagram Threads. And I've already put up some good memories of past Arsenal versus Southampton clashes. So yeah, check it out.
Big up, mate. Brady won't be joining me tomorrow because I think you're busy, aren't you, tomorrow? So you won't be able to join me for the action.
Yeah. Another wedding tomorrow, so yeah.
So I will be back at 7 to do the reaction to whatever happens at the Emirates tomorrow. But then on Sunday, I will be doing the Arsenal women against Everton. It is
looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be interesting because I'll obviously be watching it on YouTube whilst being on YouTube. So it's going to be interesting experience.
We've got 4 points. We've got 4 points, haven't we?
Yeah.
Points.
Yeah, obviously Van Domselaar has made a debut now. About time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Chris. Here we go. We're gonna have to talk about this because Chris has done this. My GOAT 11 in my lifetime: Casillas, Lahm, Cannavaro, Maldini, Alaba, Pirlo, Busquets, Bergkamp, Messi, Ibrahimovic, and Henry. Stunning.
That is, yeah. That's a world class 11 right there. That
I honestly, if someone asked me to do that, I would have to take a good couple of weeks to think about it, because I've seen a lot in live as well, and yeah, it would take me a long time to actually come up with my top 11 that I've seen.
Tell you what, when you say in my lifetime, Chris, one player that would have to be involved in my life, I would have to put in Diego Maradona.
Oh no!
I watched him when he was still in his prime. Oh, that guy.
He'll always be a Bobby Booby for me because of the cheat. So
yeah, but but what he, I mean, the ability he had, he was
amazing.
He was an incredible player.
Yeah, but he cheated. Sorry, I just won't forgive it. When you've upset me, you've upset me. It's as simple as that. But no, over my lifetime, geez, because you think of the Frank Rijkaards, the Hullet, Clarence Seedorfs, there's so many. It would take me a good couple of weeks to think about it.
I wouldn't
know. And I wouldn't be biased. Everyone knows I'm not Arsenal biased. It would literally be who I have found the most entertaining in my lifetime. So it may not have any Arsenal player in. It probably will, but only because they made me smile.
Lothar Matthäus, I liked. I thought he was one of the midfielders.
Matthias Samuel for me was mine.
Yeah.
I love Matthias Samuel. He was my DM that I just loved. But obviously talking about Matthias Samuel, we don't do that style of football at all anymore, sweeper systems. But some people won't even know what a sweeper system is.
Exactly. And the Brazilians from 1982. Oh gosh. Probably the best squad never to won a World Cup. I mean, the players that they had there, you had like was it Alamau, Abe, Falcao, and Zico was special.
Yeah, well, obviously that's a little bit before my time. Mine's Bebeto, Romario, Tonga. But yeah, see, I'm loving this. We could do a whole day of this.
And Ronaldo for me is Ronaldo is the Ronaldo. He's my favourite all-time number 9.
Yeah, when I talk about Cristiano, it's literally Cristiano Ronaldo, because Ronaldo deserves Ronaldo all by himself.
Yeah.
It's like when I talk about Vieira, or I talk about Fabio Vieira, I talk about Fabio Vieira, not Vieira like some people do.
Exactly, because Vieira's Patrick, we know, the legend. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to separate them because they deserve to be separated. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's a good player.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've seen better players in my lifetime. I'm sorry, but I have.
Yeah, that's right. And you're right, because when you got Steve Austin, you can't call the other one Steve Austin, because you got to call him Stone Cold, because there's only one Steve Austin and he ran slowly and he was $7 million. So so that's a great comparison.
Bergkamp, my Premier League go. See, even if someone asked me to do the Premier League at 11 of my time, it would take me a while, because I've seen so many good players. It's mad. Man United fans are crying. Has more than Ibrahimovic is a very, very good player. I have enjoyed watching him. If he played for Arsenal, I'd be delighted. Is he ever going to be in my top 11? Probably not, because I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of players. There's strikers that I've enjoyed. One that even played for Tottenham, Klinsmann. I absolutely loved Klinsmann. Rudi Voller. I absolutely love Rudi Voller.
Well, he's definitely Sweden's greatest ever striker, in my opinion, from what I've seen over the years.
Just so many good players I've seen. I even enjoyed watching Andy Cole. Yes, we can all say, he was ex-Arsenal. Yeah, he was, but it just didn't work out. But he went on to do great stuff. I think, to be honest, if we think about it now, Bren, that's going to be Obi Martin. It's going to be Andy Cole's situation.
The Andy Cole situation, I mean, I remember it well, because with Andy, it was a case of he was behind the pecking order of some really good strikers. You know, Ian Wright just joined the club, and he was further down the pecking order. We had Kevin Campbell, Smudger, Paul Merson to play up front as well as playing on the wing. You know, but then at the end of that season, when Cole left, at the end of the season, Paul Dickov was given a chance, and he scored 2 in the last 2 league games.
Yeah,
you know, and but it didn't work out for him either. But Andy Cole, I mean, yeah, you know, he was the one that got away. But you know, at the end of the day, we couldn't have been disappointed with George Graham because he, you know, if he didn't have that abundance of strikers, Cole would have stayed.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been a different story.
Yeah.
But guys, we need to do a stream about that at some point. We'll have to do it when there's post-season or something, but because it would be a great stream to talk about. Get Canners on, get Gumser on, get Tony on, and all that kind of stuff, and even Steve as well, because it would be interesting to see what he goes with as well. Can easily be biased and said Liverpool players exactly. But Chris, this is why I love you, and this is why we're friends, mate.
Yeah.
You're very much like me. You take away the bias. And just
we look at everything. It's not just about Arsenal.
No.
You know, there's players right now playing now, and regardless of who they're playing for, even if we cannot stand that side, it's like, well, we'd say, no, give him his dues because he's quality. And I always liked Steven Gerrard. I mean, there was that question: who's better, Gerrard or Lampard? I thought, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's no contest. Gerrard all the way for me. He had a little bit. He just had something more.
Yeah, it's just mad, isn't it? Right, guys, I'm going to be back tomorrow. Brenny, I shall see you hopefully very soon.
Definitely,
because obviously we've got a 2-week break as well. Colchester 2, Carlisle 1 by prediction.
He's doing a Timmy. He's doing a Timmy.
Yeah, be free, just watch. Yeah. Right, guys, I'm out of here. Take care. Enjoy the weekend, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Take care.